Hello and welcome to round 3 with Death Shadow on the play, which is very good for this deck. As it is generally in Modern. Play draw matters a lot. Okay, this looks great. We have the ability to Shadow on 2. And we want to get... Well, we're going to Street Wraith and see where it goes first. We might just chain off and cast Shadow on 1 if we are very lucky. Do I actually want to get green-black here for Nicodle? Let's think about this. No, I want to separate my green and my black so I can Shadow next turn with the Nicodle if I get to. So I think I want to fetch green-red, white-black. This is slightly worse if I draw Swiss Spear, but better with the actual cards that I have. Not burn, not burn. Okay. This is an interesting spot. I think my opponent's deck informs my decision here more than my deck does. So I would like to bobble them. I learned nothing. They'll probably burn. Though I think with this hand, I just jam on them. I think it's fast enough to just kill them. And I want to get this one. Yeah, they're definitely burn. Now I have to debate about casting a 1/1 Death Shadow. I think that's the right play. I think if it just eats a burn spell, I'm okay with that. Especially because it survives Searing Blaze, because I take the damage and that pumps its power. And oh, look, I have the combo. My opponent is dead regardless. Cool. That's very lucky on my part. Um, that's also pretty lucky. If that was a fetch land, it could have messed up some of my math next turn for a Searing Blaze. But I think as is, I guess like the best draw for me is a fetch land next turn, so I can make this over a 4. Oh, that was, yeah, that's game. Cool. So this is how this deck's supposed to flow a lot of the time. Yeah, let's just maximize the self-damage. Just for showboat purposes. Cast this one first because I could, in theory, tap the wrong lands. Put My opponent's negative millions. Ka-cha. So, Sam had an interesting sideboard strategy, which I think is right on the draw, which is just you put every single card you could possibly want to draw into your deck and take out everything that could possibly cost you life. So there's 9 cards here I want to draw. I don't want either of these. In theory, you can want Natural State to take care of Eidolon, but I'm not huge on that. And then you just start by going down. Thoughtseize, terrible. Street Wraith, absolutely atrocious. I believe he boarded out Probes before Mutagenics, because that's how that works. Yep, Mutagenics still saves a creature. So, we're boarding in one less card because I don't like Rangers here. Sam had another Mandrills, but Ranger's just too slow. So I'm leaving 2 Probes, which is okay. And yeah, maybe I want the State over a Probe in that case. Okay. And the logic's that, yeah, a lot of the hands where you're making your deck a worse deck, but all the hands where you have all the life payment spells, you're just gonna die anyway, so who cares? Let's think about this. So I probably want to play Nicodle. Well, that's lucky. Another mulligan for my opponent. Maybe I just play a turn behind with this hand. Not especially fast with it. Okay, that's pretty good. Just can't fetch the land I wanted to, which is the one for step links and red spells. So I think this is probably just going to fetch green-red. So I'm just going to pass. Yeah, there's no real need to do anything that deals damage to me, especially against a mulligan and no creature on 1. So I can afford to play this hand slowly. This is probably Eidolon. Now the question is which answer I want to use. I think that's still, yeah, I still just want to use the State. The Bolt, I don't think my mana in the upcoming turns is going to be super constricted, so I'm not too concerned about lining up the right mana source. Like I have 2 red spells in my hand or whatever. I think I'm just supposed to take 5. I think that 3 cards has to be worth more than 5 damage. Well, let's just add 5 power to the battlefield. So I may have like 2 turns left. It's not a lot. Are we just getting double blazed? thing. I think I'm just supposed to kill that. Let me just count. 7, 6. Yeah, I'm supposed to kill that. Now my opponent's just basically infinity% dead unless they have exactly Boros Charm plus other burn spell. I guess Path to Exile could do it. Yeah, having the answer for the Eidolon is really important. That's one spot where this deck kind of excels relative to Infect, is that you have more reasonable answers. Like, Lightning Bolt actually lines up with killing your opponent, which is your A game. There's not like an Infect Lightning Bolt that you can play to do the same thing as that. Am I dead? I'm not dead. Hooray. Wow, yep. So the burn matchup is not as bad as advertised. I'm not just saying that off of this matchup. I've actually played it a decent amount. It's closer than you think. You are pretty good at outracing them sometimes, and just playing your land slowly does do a lot of work. Um, Again, like I said, killing the Eidolon is pretty important, and again, that's an edge this deck has over Infect and the similar, creature combo kill deck. Is that you have ways to kill cards like Eidolon that are reasonable with your game plan.